Here on First Take, the Bills will head to Denver to face a Broncos team that is rested coming off a wild card bye in the playoffs, while the Bills, they're coming in hurt, very hurt. Gabe Davis tore his ACL and the Bills win over the Jags, and now Tyrell Shavers also tore his ACL, leaving the Bills with just 3 healthy receivers on their active roster. Obviously, this is not good news at all for the Bills. They have to go to Mile High. They got to face a Denver team that I just said is very well rested. Cam, what is your concern level for Josh Allen and the Bills?
Look, in my mind, I was like, if there's a year to win it, no Joe Burrow, no Lamar, no, no Pat Mahomes, the AFC that normally has been in the playoffs the last 7 years. I was like, this is the year. This is where paradigms get elevated. Okay, we think Josh Allen, I've called him Andrew Luck 2.0, but he's been a league MVP. You don't do that because, hey, Andrew Luck was a baller. He was a supreme baller. That being said, this is his time where you go from, oh, man, he's a really good quarterback, league MVP, to phenomenal, sensational, Super Bowl champion. This is the year. But that being said, now you have to have the Denver Broncos conversation. Sean Payton has now had 2 weeks to put together a master plan. What has he been doing? He's been in the lab for the last 2 weeks. He probably gave the players the first week off. Hey, you guys go home. I'm in the lab working. Then when you come back, you're fresh. That front is formidable. The back, Pat Surtain anchoring it? Come on. The defense is going to win it. And that offense, all it has to do is maintain. And you got Bo Nix that he can do that. But I'm saying, Sean, you give Sean Payton 2 weeks, and I love it for the team.
So concern level extremely high.
Well,
it sounds
extremely
like
high.
for Josh Allen. What do you think, S.A.?
I knew you'd find a way to give Sean Payton some love, but he deserves it. He deserves it. Hell of a coach. Let me say this. I think about this. First of all, RC, Cam, at some point in time, we're going to talk about the Bills GM and how you refuse to give up a first-round pick in 2026 to go and get Jalen Waddle. I mean, think about that for a second. This is Josh Allen that we're talking about. You got a superstar at quarterback that is widely considered to be the best in the game right now. The brother is spectacular. And every year counts. You know how physical the sport is. You know anything could happen. The moment is the moment. We talk about Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes being home. What we're not talking enough about is how the Bills are bereft of weapons. Now you got Gabe Davis and Terrell and they're down. And I got the ACL injuries. I got that part. But even before all of that, talk about Knox, you're talking about Kincaid, you're talking about Shakur. Shakur could blow on. We get that part. We wait for Keon Coleman to develop and what have you. But we're looking at them and we're saying, what's up? You don't have enough weapons. You should have gave up. It's one thing if you refuse to give up a first-round pick at all. But the Bills were willing to give up a first-round pick in 2027. The Dolphins just wanted it in 2026. And you wouldn't do that. You'd have Jalen Waddle right now. Could you imagine what you could potentially do in this AFC? I say you don't have enough weapons. You got a Denver Broncos team that recorded 68 sacks. They're going to be hunting. Josh Allen, he's better, obviously, without pressure than he was under pressure this year, from a 73% completion percentage down to 53% when he's under pressure. I can't see the Buffalo Bills winning this game. That's just me.
The Buffalo Bills do not have enough on offense to beat the Denver Broncos, except for they have Josh Allen.
And if that's the case, you'd have to lean into let James cook.
Yeah, they have Josh Allen. They have Joe Brady. What Joe Brady has done for Josh Allen is taken everything off of his shoulders when it comes to the pass game, because James Cook is the most underrated running back in football. He's the one superstar we don't talk about enough. Now, is Ty Johnson going to be healthy that you can add to the pass game? How much do you use Kincaid? How much do you use Dawson Knox? And this is all about getting Josh to the fourth quarter, where it becomes who can be the best playmaker, who can be the guy that makes the biggest impact. He's already been the league MVP. I disagree with Cam. I believe he's already ascended to phenomenal. Now it's about immortality. That's where Josh Allen is. There is no reason that this roster should compete with the roster of the Denver Broncos. The only reason people believe in you right now is because of Josh Allen. But haven't we had that same conversation about Patrick Mahomes? Isn't that why we feel Patrick Mahomes right now is the gold standard in football? Here is Josh's chance. If he loses, everybody will give him every excuse and every reason in the world why he shouldn't have won. Give us the one reason why they.
So just in that realm, what's the biggest challenge with dealing with Josh in those got to be aware of his leg situations?
Absolutely. You know where he wants to escape. He wants to escape up the middle. He wants to get through, and if he doesn't get to his proper reads, he's going to take off. He's big enough to do so. He's strong enough. He's fast enough. Everybody knows the tale that is Josh Allen, right? But you also have the Broncos' defensive line. You've got Cooper, you've got Benito, you've got Zach in the middle, you've got Malcolm Roach, you've got all these guys. So you let the big guys do what the big guys do. What we say is the big guy's going to have to take care of the quarterback. So it may not be as fun in the middle. No, I need a whole lot of power. I need a whole lot of press from our big fellas in the middle. And on the edges, you let the edges do. You let Nick Benito turn that edge. You let Coop go ahead and bend that corner, and you let him go after him. That's where you take advantage. When you have the middle guys that understand, hey, I'm sorry, you don't get a swim move to say. You don't get I don't want to see a swipe. You say, hey, big fella, wipe your nose, and all I got for you is straight grit and snot. It's one of those games for you.
It's a grit and snot game. The other AFC game will feature a young quarterback. Here's Josh Allen trying to finally put the crowning achievement on his career.
Right.
Then we have the young star in Drake May emerging, another team that you played against this year. So tell me what it's like to be on the field with him. Give us the report on Drake May as he gets set to go up against another really good defense in Houston.
Right. And you could say Drake May, DDD, double DM is what he's been called at this point, right? Like Drake May.
Yeah.
How do you nickname yourself Drake May? Who nicknamed him his own name? Okay, so either way, we know what he brings to the table, bro. He's turned into lights out.
Yeah.
And he has to stay that way if he's going to have a chance against the Houston Texans defense. In my mind, it's going to be defense versus defense, not so much offense versus offense. Because the way we saw the Texans defense take over last game, you're going to have to be Superman. That's who's going to have to be Superman.
And I think Drake May has the ability to. He was tough last game. There were moments where it obviously dipped, but you could still see some of the flashes that have him in the MVP conversation. I do expect Vrabel to be on his game, but more importantly, I do expect Drake May to have a bigger game than we're probably anticipating, and his legs to be a factor as well.
That was also his
Sheldon
first
Rankins
playoff game.
touchdowns.
That was his first playoff game, right? Like he stepped out there for the first time under the lights and did what he did. And I think he learned from that.
And he played way better at the end of the game than he did at the beginning.
We're going to have Cam look at the NFC games for us in a couple of minutes, but first, these guys wanted to talk to you. Cam, come with me over here.
Oh, yeah.
All right, the Bussin' Boys wanted to have a word with you. We have
I got your
something
back,
a little
Cam.
special.
Hey, it is what it is.
Know that.
First of all, as you guys say hello to your
'cause I
friends
don't.
here, we have a look at the headshots over the years. Is that what we have? Take a look at this. Gentlemen, can we get a quick read on the Cam Jordan headshots
Here.
over the many years? You can stand right here outside of me. Take a look at the headshots. Which Cam Jordan is it that we like the best? What do you think?
You got to look at 2019 Cam Jordan here, and there's got to be immense respect for the amount of wax that took place in that mustache.
No doubt.
It is absolutely beautiful. It takes you back in time into the 20s. It's absolutely amazing.
In the meantime, we have something that we found a little bit interesting here, right? Something that I think you'd be particularly interested in hearing, Taylor. Cam was talking in another place. He, of course, a great defensive lineman. You, of course, a great offensive lineman. Let's hear this all together, shall we?
A guy who ain't seen his toes in 10 years, you're telling me I can't beat him off the edge? Stop. There's the offensive linemen that they swear are athletic, and they are athletic. You're not. No, you're not.
Did you always think that they were some of the best athletes at that size to be that nimble?
Hey, that offensive lineman has really good feet compared to who? The other fat ones.
Lawan, your thoughts?
Well, now
you know, my
Luan. Big lineman at all.
There's a lot of extra medium gentlemen out there that don't have a voice or a platform to stand on. And I thought to myself, okay, Arizona cat, I'm an Arizona cat.
Absolutely.
This individual goes to Cal, great educational school, so my boy's got to be smart. So then I start to worry about his mental prowess. Is he going to be okay? He comes at my boy Trent Williams.
That was crazy. The Trent Williams stuff. I called him a dog.
And I thought, I thought to myself, like, how could I possibly prove that offensive linemen are athletes as well? And then it struck me. We have a combine that takes place every single year to display athletic ability.
Hell yeah.
So I had a little video put up.